What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode we are concluding our coverage of Gundam Requiem for Vengeance. Last time, Salari lost half of her Red Wolf team against the Gundam. She gathered a new crew, and they made their way down south to a recycling plant, only to meet with the Gundam once again. In this episode, Salari and Lashan will fight against the Gundam and the Gem. She will meet with a familiar commander, and she will help Zeon get off of Earth before it is too late. So let's get into this. Lashan and Salari attack the Gundam and Gem. The GM uses the beam spray gun, but Lashan unleashes some anti-beam defenses. Even in the beautiful high fidelity of the Unreal Engine, the beam spray gun will always suck. Looks cool though. They realize they can block the Gem's beam attack, unlike the Gundam. Haley runs support in the Weasel. The Zakus unload their 120mm machine gun, while the Gem takes on the Zeon ground forces. Heaton and Oni find something they could use to help out. Oh yeah, the doctor's name is Oni. Also, what do you think of the Gem head? I feel it looks too much like a mono eye instead of the goggle eye sensor. Haley distracts the GM by wheezing the juice. Holly Shore would be proud. She jumps out of the Weasel right before the Gem takes it out. The Gundam takes out Lashan's shoulder shield. He goes to help out while Salari takes on the Gundam. She is able to get a punch in. The Gem whips out a bazooka. At first I thought this was the Hyper Bazooka, but this looks like an original design. If anything, with the cartridge loading in the top back, it resembles the 380mm rocket launcher. Before firing, it is attacked. It happens to be Heaton and Oni in another scrappy Zaku tank. Oni struggles to drive, so Major Ralph Ronay takes over for him. Lashan chases the Gem against the captain's orders. The Gundam takes out Salari's arm. As the Gundam goes for the attack, the Zaku tank shoots the mobile suit. It picks up the bazooka and shoots the Zaku tank. The Major is able to jump out, but Heaton is still in the Zaku. Oh no, Heaton! Oh, he's okay. Oh, never mind. The Gundam looks down at the Major. The Uncanny Valley Major tries his best to show that he cares about the base, trying to show anger or sorrow, but my face won't render an emotion. Rather than taking out the base, the Gundam chases the GM, who Lashan is still tailing. The Gundam catches up, but Salari isn't too far behind. The two double-team the Gem. The pilot bails, but the Gundam protects the fleeing pilot. That shield is amazing. No wonder Amado threw it at people's faces. I get it. EFF retreats while Salari tells Lashan to fall back. The Major gives a generic "I lost it all" speech, and Alfie Zydos gives a generic "you have to help your people" speech. Haley cries over her lost squad. She is the only remaining member. Also, her neck tattoo is the chest emblem or cape emblem of your rank. What happens if she gets promoted? She yells at the pacifist for being a pacifist. The remaining Zeon soldiers are at their breaking point, and they just want to go back into space. Salari opens her watch to reveal a photo of her family. The Admiral and a few soldiers attempt to detain Salari and Lashan for disobeying orders. Lashan pulls a gun on the Major and everyone gets heated. That is when Yuri Kelleran comes in and makes an appearance and calms everyone down. Out of all the possible cameos, I wasn't expecting this one. If you don't remember, Yuri was the commander of the 1st Division of Zeon's Earth Attack Force. Assuming this all takes place around November 1st. 2 days or so have passed, so it is November 3rd or 4th. Yuri will be helping out in the Battle of Odessa on the 9th. And on the 11th will be the Asparis 2 incident from 8th MS team. Kind of crazy that he will be dead in about a week. Also, it isn't Darren Norris doing the English dub. It is Derek Dover. However, Kinosuke Kami plays him in both this and 8th MS team, so the Japanese voice actor is consistent. He informs her that the war isn't going well for Zeon. She informs her of the mass production of the gems. They want to steal one and figure out how they work, and he wants Salari to be the one to do it. We always joke on this channel about how mobile suits don't have a key. Well, it took decades, but someone finally read a story involving mobile suit keys. He wants this information so he has something to work with during the Battle of Odessa. An EFF truck comes around the bend to find the barrel of a Zaku machine gun. They all surrender to Salari's team, and they commandeer the vehicle. The first step is complete. They head into EFF territory where they are met with two Goof customs. They think that they are the enemy. Salari sees the emblem of the mobile suit and knows it is the Midnighters team. She tries to reach them by comms. Whoa, go back. Was that just a regular old car in a van? I don't know why that throws me off. Of course they exist. It's just uncanny. They crash their vehicle in the forest, and the Goofs take off. They now have to go in by foot, so they change into their EFF uniforms. As they walk towards the base, Salari tells them not to talk too much because of their Zeon accents. Someone, for the love of God, tell me what a Zeon accent is. We also learn that Haley is from Tiger Bomb, the private neutral colony owned by Stampa, who we will meet in Double Zeta. Alfie goes on about Salari being a new type. Only Salari and Alfie seem to know the concept of new types. Barely anyone should really know the concept of a new type at this point. She claims her skills are due to training. They make it to the base to find 3 gyms. They break in and split up. Salari and Haley go for one gym, and Alfie and Heaton go for the other. In the base, EFF pilots are playing chess. In the corner is a little kid playing a switch-like device. He tells one of the soldiers queen to F7 and helps get checkmate. This new type prodigy is the pilot of the Gundam. Salari and Haley walk by and he senses something is wrong with her. Alfie gets into the GM while Heaton almost blows it in front of an EFF soldier scouting. As he boots up the mobile suit, the soldiers spot Heaton and tell him to get out of the truck. Their cover is blown. Now that their cover is blown, Salari and Haley need to think of a new plan. They happen to bump into the young child and the other EFF pilots. She accidentally dropped her Xeon-engraved watch. The kid passes it off as a souvenir, but he knows. When he hands it to her, the two seem to have a new type connection. They run off towards the bridge. Alfie is able to get the gym up and running. He takes down the other 2 gyms to prevent the pilot from interfering.
My gym!
Type 61 tanks begin moving in. Haley and Salari find a 4th gym that is being used to hold up a bridge. It's a foundational support gym, but not any longer. She grabs Haley and gets her to safety before going into action. As Alfie and Salari regroup, the Gundam begins attacking Alfie. Salari and the Gundam fight with their beam sabers. She can sense it is the kid. Alfie bails from the gym. Heaton was given a flare to use for an emergencies, so now is the best time to use it. The Gundam is able to take off the gym's limbs and push it over, but LaShawn comes in to help out. He is able to dodge one attack from the Gundam, but it is taken out by the second. No, LaShawn! Everyone is able to regroup and escape from the base, while Salari dives into the water to make her escape. She is now the last remaining Red Wolf. She's a lone wolf! I see what you're doing here. Salari plays the violin to a room full of her dead comrades. She is losing blood fast. The gang was able to escape with their convoy. Is that a Samson? I fucking love the Samson. Sorry, I get excited for the Samson. They are heading to Odessa spaceport. Major Ronet is leading the convoy. EFF isn't making it easy for them, as Type 61 tanks are fighting Magella attack tanks as they continue their travels. Alfie tries to cheer up Salari by telling her that her squad died so they could go back to space. But she says that the Gundam pilot is just a boy, and Alfie goes, "They killed our comrades, we gotta kill them." Talk about tonal whiplash, Alfie. The Goof Customs are running support. Ronet finds out that EFF officials have taken the base, and all HLVs are being grounded or destroyed. Ronet sees some Zeons occupying an HLV. They head to the port. Salari wants to go out to help the Goofs. She says goodbye to the crew and hops on the Samson. She meets up with the Midnighters, and they begin an attack on a platoon of RTX 440 ground assault type gun tanks. Watch our coverage of Gundam Igloo, the Gravity Front, for more info on this unit. Meanwhile, the rest of the convoy try to find any remaining HLVs. Hey, it's a Zaku 1 with a Zaku 2 chest plate. Do what you gotta do. They say their goodbyes to Oni.
I'll see you again, Oni.
One of the Goofs is taken out with a beam blast. It is the Gundam. Just like she told LaShawn, she tells Loft of the Midnighters to focus on protecting their people. Unlike LaShawn, he actually listens though. The HLV carrying Renault and the gang take off. Salari continues fighting the Gundam. She tells the Gundam pilot that EFF has won the battle. She just wants to help remaining Zeon soldiers retreat, but he believes that they will just come back and fight again. The Gundam takes off the Zaku's arm. She says that she just wants to return to her son. The word mother seems to be this kid's Martha. One HLV is shot down. The debris is falling towards Salari. The Gundam pushes the Zaku to safety. Like most new types, the Gundam pilot and Salari comes to an understanding. Nice, they're best friends now. Hopefully they... Oh, never mind. Even though Salari never made it off Earth, her comrades were eventually picked up by a Musai-class ship. Zeon forces were driven out of Europe and Asia.
All I wanted was to go home.
No, you didn't. You chose nation over family in this moment. It's the fact that the Gundam pilot being a child was her motivating factor that really runs this for me. I know a guy named Bright Noah that you might want to contact. He stays away from his son too. Didn't turn out well. She joins a Zeon remnant group in Africa and says, "Screw my kids. I have to fight for all of the theoretical soldiers that may come in the future." And that will conclude Gundam Requiem for Vengeance. The first 3 episodes started out strong, and then it slowly started to lose me. Like most people, I agree that I don't understand the decision to stay and fight at the expense of never seeing her child again. I also believe that the villain should have been a custom gem like Blue Destiny, but it is called Gundam and marketed to Westerners, so it would be weird to have a Gundam show without a Gundam. But I too am tired of seeing another secret RX-78 Gundam during the 1-year war. There are other nitpicks I can make, like the Xeon logo changing from the origin logo to the original, but I will save that for another time. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember to always choose the option that lets you see your child, or at least go out in such an awesome manner that a high school gets named after you. Salari ain't getting a high school named after her. Peace.